What's up, everybody? You had that baby yet?
Not yet. Look at this.
Dang. That is crazy.
That big old girl.
Did they have they estimated her weight and all that?
Yeah, they said she'd be close to 8-pounder.
Oh my gosh. Whoa, hang on, wait a minute.
Hey, we got people here with us. Hey everybody, welcome back.
Episode 99. I was thinking she's gonna have that baby on our 100th episode.
Right?
That's gonna be crazy. 99.
Oh my gosh, I really am gonna have it on our 100th one because I'm like scheduled for. No, it's gonna be the day after. I might have it. I don't know.
Yes, that's gonna be crazy.
That is gonna be crazy, Cullen. I'm excited.
It's a good way to celebrate 100 episodes is with the new baby.
I know, little Lily Bean. That's what we've been calling her, is Lily Bean.
Lily Bean. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Sophia was Peanut, and so
you're going with all the. You got next one could be if it's a boy, boiled peanut boy.
Boiled nuts.
Boiled nuts.
We already got Peanut. We're taking that one. I have been thinking a lot about what we're gonna name the next one, and I really love Olivia.
Olivia,
to the point where I might want to change Lily May to Lily Olivia.
Lily.
But I was it's a lot. Olivia. I don't know.
Olivia.
Yeah, too many L's. You can call her Lo, or Lot would be her initials, L-O-T.
Lil.
No, we're sticking with Lily May. We already decided that's the name. So Lily May, she's coming. We're going to call her Lily Bean. And then the next baby, if we have another girl, she's going to be Olivia. So there's your spoiler alert.
Oh my gosh, you're already thinking about another one. That's crazy.
Yeah, kind of. Not really. I'm going to wait. I'm going to give it a little while.
Yes, that's funny.
So listeners, I know that we're talking a lot about the baby and stuff, but hopefully it's a good reprieve. Is that the word? Reprieve from all the coronavirus talk, because coronavirus is the farthest thing from my head right now. I am nesting. I'm getting ready for the baby. Cleaning everything. I've got the size 1 little bitty diapers already laid out.
Oh my gosh.
I'm about to go
That reminds me, I have some 2T, 3T extra diapers that Katie's parents left, and she was like, I don't know if she can use them. I was like, well, she will one day. So.
Yeah, well, bring them on. I'll take all the diapers I can get. I saw on my Facebook the other day, you know how you have your Facebook neighborhood group?
Uh-huh.
In my neighborhood, there was a lady giving away 200 diapers. I was like, for free. She was like, I have these diapers. They're size 1 if anybody needs them. And I wrote her, and she had just posted 20 minutes. And I wrote her, and she was like, dang, somebody else already got them. She was like, if they don't come get them, I'll let you know. Dang, but I'm on the hunt now that I know people do that. I've been scrolling the Facebook looking for free diapers because we'll take it.
Well, it's so intriguing how much stuff is being posted for free now with all this going on, because previously it was let's try to make a little buck here and there, but people are just spring cleaning and getting rid of stuff. So
well, it's funny to me before, right now, because people I think are home with the virus stuff and they're trying to do home improvements and out with the old and with the new, somebody just come take it. That's the mentality right now. But before, in most cases, to me, some of these folks are just ridiculous. You think you're getting full sticker for a 5-year-old rocker recliner that's been shat in. You know what I mean? You want that thing costs $200 brand new, and you're wanting $175 for it. It's the wheels are falling off. I mean, come on.
You got 5 years out of it and trying to take $15 off of a 5-year item.
Hey, I don't blame you. You hustle, try to make some money and do your thing on your Facebook market, but at the same time, come on now.
That's funny.
Ain't nobody paying that. You be sitting on that for a minute. The thrift store would be like that too, Cullen. I went out for the first time yesterday. Let's let everybody know Alabama is open for business.
Yeah. It's Still scary. Still kind of like what we said in the past podcasts. Is let you go first.
Well, see, that was my plan until until I knew everything was happening. And I've got the mask and the sanitizer, and I'm like extra careful anyway. Like I sanitize everything. I don't just go into the store and then sanitize when I come out. I take the sanitizer with me in the store, and every time I touch something, I sanitize, just because I don't trust myself not to touch my face. But I've got the N95 masks on and all that stuff too. And I was driving. I was like, well, I needed to go out anyway, and I was driving. I needed to get out of the house, Cullen. But I was driving, and I actually felt good. I think I told you the other day that my hips have been hurting so bad. I think it's like my pelvic bones are getting ready for the baby or whatever. But I've been miserable. I haven't been able to walk real good. Yesterday was the first time in a long time that I've actually like been able to walk and kind of get around and was feeling okay. So when you feel okay, you're like, oh, let's go do some stuff while this is, before this wears off. So I went out and I was going to go to Target. And then I was like, no, I've got a gift certificate Mom had given me for Easter to Walmart.
Yeah.
I'm like, who gives presents at Easter? But I guess that's the thing now. So so she gives me so I don't even know how much money's on it. I was just like, well, some's better than nothing. I'll go use this instead. Same thing, right? So I go to the Walmart. I'm going to the Walmart, and I see right across the street the thrift store's open. Well, yeah, that's that's like my favorite store, and there's not that many cars in there. So I was like, oh my gosh, I need all these things, for the nursery, and outside I needed some side tables, like furniture things. And so I was like, let me just pop in there real quick, and if it's and so I was really excited to go. I was one of the people out there in the middle of it, like shopping on the first day. Everything's open. How's thrift store? Everybody go, but.
That's kind of when I hear thrift store, I'm like, ooh, germs.
Yeah, me too, right? That's your automatic reaction is germy.
It's been interesting. I went to Walmart and Home Depot this past week. It was like the day before they officially opened up. Last week or the week before last, I drove past Home Depot and just kept the line was too. It was like something.
Yeah,
it was
Cory
crazy.
said he couldn't even go in. Yeah.
Yeah, so then,
those are the hot spots.
Yeah, this past weekend, I needed a new thing for our sprinklers, and then wanted to get some flowers for Mother's Day, like a big old potted plant thing. But the getting in, barely any wait. They had a guy checking capacity and stuff, but a number of masks in both Walmart and Home Depot were probably like 98%. I mean, it wasn't that crazy. It's crazy or interesting seeing the lining up with like the 6 feet apart ruler, no more than 8 per, and then I think it's good that everybody's still taking the precautions. I would much rather kind of like on Mother's Day, like we did. It was like, okay, no masks, no gloves, whatever. And we just kind of hung out a little bit. But going out into public where you got thousands of people going through every hour, it was good to see everybody still handling it.
Taking precautions and trying to be careful about it. That's key, I think. I was actually reading something a friend of mine posted yesterday about the effects of everybody wearing a mask and how, like, it's not so much to protect me wearing a mask, it's to protect you. So when I wear a mask, it's to protect you. So I expect you to wear a mask to protect me. You know what I mean? That's the way it should be thought of. And it was cool to see the chart and how many less cases there are to places that are really enforcing that rule. Well, I'll tell you, when I was in the thrift store yesterday, I actually watched the guy turn a lady around that didn't have a mask on. So there's a lot of places, at the thrift store, and the guy was at the front and he was watching capacity and cleaning the buggies and all that stuff. But a lady came in. I was like up by the front looking at some furniture or something, and the lady tried to come in without a mask on. And he said, "I'm sorry, you gotta go." And she was like, "Oh, I got one in the car. I forgot." And she went back to her car and got it. But they weren't letting anybody in. They were turning them away at the door unless they were wearing a mask. So.
Well, it's kind of like I was listening to Elon Musk on Joe Rogan's podcast talking about how this has opened up everybody's eyes and ability to have proper hygiene a little bit better.
Yeah.
And how...
well, is it proper hygiene, Cullen? Because, I mean, part of me thinks that I'm ruining my immune system.
Well, not proper, but common. I guess you're aware of just washing your hands more often as opposed to, like, after you go to the bathroom. I know Katie always is like, did you wash the kids' hands? And I'm like, yeah.
I didn't even wash my own hands.
Yeah. And then, like, my 5-year-old daughter, like Joe Rogan was saying, like, his 9-year-old daughter will go, Daddy, you need to wash your hands. But, like, guys are just gross. Like, we'll just...
you wash your hands before, Cullen.
Yeah, right?
You don't touch your pecker with dirty hands.
But, like, Gaines would tell me to wash my hands and remind me, but Brooks is, like, licking the toilet seat. You know, it's just like, boys are different than girls as far as hygiene goes. So it's been a...
I was like, what are you doing? Are you really peeing on your hand? How many years have you been doing this? Like,
yeah.
What's going on in there that you need to just sit there and scrub? Like, did you shit on yourself? Did your finger slip? I mean,
poke it through the toilet paper a couple times. Get the little pokey wipe where you wipe a little too hard and it pops through.
Okay, speaking of hygiene, this is actually a good little segue into what I have in front of me right now. So, you just said that you think thrift store, you think dirty, right? Well, so I went there yesterday. And so anyway, one of the gems that I found while I was there that I just stumbled across had the tag on it. Okay, which is why I bought it. But it's a Speedo.
Perfect.
So, I don't know, for all you listeners that don't know, my husband is Canadian. He's born and raised outside of Toronto. And, he's proud Canadian. Well, anyway, he's been joking with his buddies about that. Like, they're just the weirdest group of guys. There's like 10 of them and they're all hilarious, but they do like these crazy little things that just crack them for their own entertainment. Like every year they do they go camping on this big camping trip and they'll have different things. Like one year they all had to make t-shirts about somebody else in the group. Like you draw names and so you have to make a funny t-shirt, so the funny t-shirts are just hilarious that are making fun of somebody else in the group. And then one year they did like a calendar. Okay, they actually made a calendar and everybody had to send in a photo. And my husband, and it's actually hanging in my laundry room, my husband's got like no clothes on and he's December or something. And he's got like mistletoe over his weenie and he's like, you know what I mean? It's just like these really funny pictures of these big old dudes. Like a lot of them are like big old boys. And all these like sexy anyway. So that kind of gives you the setup. So I'm walking through the thrift store and I see this and it has the tag on it. And for some reason he was talking about how this year at camping they're all going to bring Speedos. And so he was showing me a couple days ago on his phone there was like 2 Speedos he was trying to choose from. One was a tuxedo Speedo.
Oh, nice.
Which is classy.
Yeah.
And Cory, he's a classy guy, so I was like, yes, that's the one. But then the other one was cute too, and it was like 2 guns on his hips, like he has a Western, and he's with a big belt buckle. And so he was kind of torn between them, and he hadn't bought one yet. Well, I'm walking through thrift store yesterday, and I see this, and it had the tag on, and I was like, yeah, we'll wash it. It's got a tag on. It's probably never been worn. But for those of y'all that are watching on our YouTube channel, this is what the Speedo is. It is a Canadian flag.
The fact that you
it's got
found that in Alabama at the thrift store is insane. Look at that.
Isn't that the funniest?
What size is it?
So, it's an XXL.
What really?
Yeah, I mean, it was perfect. It was perfect it was a little tight on him. I think it's like Chinese extra. It's an XXL and it's like the Chinese version.
I bet somebody bought that.
It looks more like a medium to me.
Yeah, somebody bought that for that exact same purpose and just never followed through with it, I bet, if it still had the tag on it.
Yeah, just chickened out. So he comes home, I come home yesterday and I'm showing him all my, winnings from my adventure out into the world. And I pull this sucker out, and he's so ecstatic. He's like, "Oh my god, this is great!"
The fact that it's a little too small is probably perfect.
Oh yeah, no, it just made it even better. And I'm gonna send you pictures. I won't do that to them. I won't do them dirty like that and show you the pictures on the thing. But so listen, so then I'm sitting upstairs last night and I'm watching my little bachelor show. And Cory, he disappears down into the basement. We have a bar we've built in our basement. So if he's not around, he's down there. Well, lately they've been doing this these beer reviews. Like, so what they'll do is they'll take in, I don't know if you've ever seen on YouTube or Instagram, there's like this guy, he's does pizza reviews.
Yeah, what's his name? He does it with Barstool.
Yeah. And he's got his, his little things, and he's like, everybody knows the rules. Yeah. Everybody knows the rules. One bite, whatever. Well, they do the same thing. They're like mocking him, but doing a beer review. And so they've been doing this for weeks now, and Cory's are hilarious, and he's let me see them a couple times. Like the other day he did one, and I'll have to hold the video camera for him, and he's just ridiculous at doing these beer reviews. And he was wearing like a jersey and whitey tighties, and like that's it, and like his hockey jersey and whitey tighties, and he's got his hockey jersey tucked into his panties, and he's doing his beer review. So they're trying to make it funny. So anyway, last night I'm sitting, I forgot all about the Speedo and whatever. I just got in that for his camping trip. Well, I'm sitting up here and I get a message on my phone, and it's Cory, and he's down in the basement bar, and he's done a beer review. And the beer review, he's wearing a shirt, and he's talking to the video and whatever. And then all of a sudden he like busts out, takes his shirt off, and he has no pants on. And all he has on is the Speedo. And so he, it was just the funniest thing.
Now somebody's here to get their Speedo.
Yeah, probably. Booger's going crazy in the background. Sorry, guys. Hey, hush. Hush up. He doesn't even get up. My lazy dog. He just wants to bark from the other room. But
so
anyway.
Are these videos Booger? Don't make me.
Hey, now he comes out.
Do you need to get that? Live?
No, it's fine. It's Amazon.
Oh.
They ring the doorbell when they leave a package or whatever.
Oh yeah. Are these?
But I've got to send it. I've got to show you if.
Are the beer reviews posted anywhere?
No. This is just in like the group chat.
Oh, that's even more impressive. That you're doing it for your friend. You're not even
just for your besties. There's like 10 of them.
There's like a bunch of blackmail, I bet, in that group.
Yeah, they just send it all back to each other over and over again. Like, who are you going to tell? Who are you going to
That's funny.
Nobody cares. But it was great because it was. I've got to send it to you, and I kind of want to. Well, I'm not going to do that to him, but. It's great because in our basement, there's like a pole.
Oh, he started doing the.
So now he's in the Speedo and he's busted out into dance, and then he gets on the pole. And so I got a video. Anyway, I'm sitting here and I get a video of my husband pole dancing downstairs with this Canadian Speedo. So this was quite the find yesterday, Cullen. Like all the risk involved, it was totally worth it. Because it's going to keep me laughing for days.
That is awesome.
I told I actually sent it to my best friend, and I said, "Look at this fool." And you said we had a good laugh at his expense, But she said, Brittany, I'm so glad that you found your soulmate. Like, I'm so glad you found somebody that's just keeping you laughing through all the coronavirus and the craziness and the stress, and how I'm so pregnant and I'm hurting all the time. I'm still getting every day. I'm laughing my ass off. You know what I mean? And because I got this guy in it with me.
That is awesome.
And yeah. So anyway, I had to tell y'all that story because I thought that was super cute that he like really took that and ran.
That makes me want to go to the thrift store now. I think the excitement of getting back out is up there with everybody. As long as there is that precaution with the sanitization and all that. Because the other day, it was like on a Sunday or something. It was packed. Oh gosh! If you're looking at the screen, y'all just saw. Holy cow! What would have been funny is if that support beam fell through and ruined the whole freaking speakeasy.
It's just the greatest.
There was another picture or a meme going around. I don't know if I mentioned this last week about face masks, and it compared face masks to pants, and it said it had like stick people, and it had like a guy pissing on a person's leg, and they both weren't wearing pants. And it's called the urine test. If we all run around naked and someone pees on you, you get wet right away. If you're wearing, and then it's like the next picture is the same person trying to pee on the guy, but he's wearing pants. If you're all wearing pants, or if you were wearing pants, some pee will get through, but not as much. So you're better protected. And then the next slide is like both people pants. And then the stick figure pissing on them, pissing himself. And so the pee's just going down his leg. And it says if the guy who pees is also wearing pants, the pee stays with him and you don't get wet. And so that's the same concept of the masks.
That's a great way to think about it. That's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, just pee on yourself. Wear your mask, breathe on yourself. I was literally the other day, and I was wearing that mask when I was out, and I was like, damn, I need to brush my teeth. Because you're just sitting there.
You're kicking.
Just
woo! I forget that.
Yes, it was nasty.
Well, that's okay. At least you're keeping your nasty to yourself. Right. Well, the thing is, Cullen, how much are masks supposed to cost? Because I saw a sign the other day, and it said masks for sale. And I went in, and they were $1 a piece, so it was $5 for a 5-pack. And I was like, and they weren't the good kind; they were like the surgical masks. And I was like, this is a little excessive. This like seems like a lot because this isn't very much material here. Like, what is that normal?
I don't know either. We got ours for free. Just some lady with fabric made them. Here.
You made fabric ones that you're like rewashing.
That you can rewash. That somebody in the neighborhood had them out for free on her porch in Ziploc baggies, and we washed them. And
see, I don't know if I'm doing it right or not. I know that I wear the N95 mask, and the only reason we even have those is because Cory had bought a 10-pack for like $30-something of the good ones a long time, like a year ago, before any of this happened. But he gets them for like when he's staining furniture that he's made, like he's doing woodworking stuff, and he's got to wear masks. Yeah. So we just happen to have some, which is great. But I've been like reusing them. Like I'll use the same one. Yeah. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Am I supposed to like spray them?
Yeah, I mean, for the longest,
proper etiquette.
Longest time, me and Katie had just one that we were like sharing. But like every time we got done, we would like Lysol it and then just hang it up and just let it air dry. And then by the time you went to go use it again, it didn't smell
It smell
from the Lysol and the breath. But yeah, it had like makeup on it.
Yeah, that makes sense. That seems legit. I don't know. For me, maybe because I'm so large and I'm having trouble breathing anyway. But like it's a pain in the ass, Cullen. I can't breathe. Like I'm like sometimes I'll sit there and I'll hold it out to where I can breathe. With my thumb, like breathe down. And I'm thinking, am I just defeating the purpose here by like how? I don't know. I can't stick around for very long if I have to be somewhere with a mask on. Like I can't stay there long. I have to be in and out because I got to get my mask off. As soon as I get the car.
And these glasses, I figured out how you can. Anybody out there who's struggling with the glasses fogging up, you stick the mask up underneath the glasses a little bit. Get the airflow going this way so they don't fog up. But I saw.
Did you see that meme where the guy had his nose out of the mask?
Yeah.
It was like, and then the next one was a guy with his wiener out of his pants, and it was like,
oh no, I didn't see that.
Like you're wearing it wrong. You're wearing.
I saw somebody post one. Those baby wipes, the baby wipe containers that have the little plastic flap on them. I'm gonna actually post a picture. But they took one of those empty packages and cut holes around, and then left the plastic part right here so they could just open it up, take a bite, sip to drink, and then close it back. So it's like it's got a little door on it.
That's pretty clever.
Genius.
I like that. You know what my favorite one is though that I'm definitely gonna order if I'm gonna pay for a mask. If I'm not just gonna keep using the ones I got. I'm gonna order the one where you can print your picture on it, so you can print my
Oh yeah, you
smile.
said that last.
And even if I'm, yeah,
Yeah,
last week, yeah, I haven't done it
that
yet
would be fun.
because I'm still using the same ones. But hopefully we're all doing it right. I know some people. There was one where the lady had the hole cut
There's
in it,
some
and
crazy. You
yeah,
got the people at Walmart that are just like the typical N95s, but then you got the ones that look like ninjas, and then you got like good old boy that has like the freaking rotors on the end, and it's just like a big old like gas
yeah,
chamber
right.
mask. I was like, he is,
Yeah, you got the ones with the little like plastic
yeah.
things on them. I guess for easier breathing or something. Maybe I need to get one of those because I can't
Well, the
breathe.
guy, the guy, the
It's a
guy
pain in
with
the
the
butt.
good old boy I saw, he was in all camo and he had the thing that came up over. It looked like a CPAP machine, and it had the two big old nozzles right here, and he had the plastic.
That's a
I was
gas
like,
mask.
dang, he is not playing. But
Yeah, coronavirus ain't getting him.
no, oh,
I love it. Yeah, I see the bikers with the scary, like skeleton
oh yeah,
smile,
yeah,
using all that stuff.
yeah,
Whatever works. Just please wear something, because then I feel more protected if you've got something
yeah.
on your face. Don't
The
come breathing around me without a mask
we got
on,
an
please.
email that game class is opening back up, and I'm like,
Okay.
weird or scary because a gym is like a breeding ground for germs,
Yeah.
and
It
they've
seems
they've taken like major precautions. They've said the parents can't go in because there's no way for them to sit 6 feet apart. So you're sending your kid in, and they're not using the same equipment. They've turned the water fountains into a hand washing station. And that's another thing, like boys and like any kid, I guess. Like you stick your mouth up on that water fountain growing up, you just like lick all over it.
yeah.
So they kind of gotten rid of that. But then whenever the class is over, they go in one door and then they exit through another door. So they're trying to make it somewhat normal, but still just like,
Right. They're trying to sanitize it and all that stuff. You got to think it's going to take a lot of time, money, effort to sanitize after every visit, every day. Imagine I do deep cleaning in my house once a year in the spring cleaning,
yeah,
And so I know I should do it more than that, but like where you get down and do every inch and nook and cranny and the baseboard, deep cleaning.
yeah,
And you got to think that people are used to just wiping stuff down a little bit, tidying up, and now they're going to have to do like serious deep cleaning. Everybody needs to invest in those big spray machines that they're doing like the trains in New York with. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
go put some hazmat suits on and just go spray everything down. But
We
I mean, I don't know if it's going to work.
Gaines has got a graduation coming up this week where she's graduating from kindergarten, and so it's kind of sad, just like everybody else out there that didn't get to go to their graduation.
Yeah.
But so we're trying to figure out a way to, I don't know, we're going to do a drive-by at the school, but it's like, and you drive by the school and wave to your teacher, but like that didn't. So anyway, we started talking, and Katie messaged all the moms in the class and was like, can we just like go park in the parking lot after the little drive-by and like open up the hatchbacks and just maybe go
Wave.
and talk and get some popsicles? And I said, get a bottle of Clorox wipes and a cooler of popsicles and hand them a popsicle, wear gloves, hand them a popsicle and a Clorox wipe. They wipe it off and then eat, and let the kids just see each other in person.
Right.
So
Right, with distance, because I know they're missing their little friends. And
it's just so crazy to have to do that.
I know, Cullen. It's like I don't know if it's going to be the new norm or not, but I do want everybody to just stay being careful, because you never know if it's going to flare back up. Like we were talking about it, and Happy Mother's Day, by the way, because that was just a couple of days ago.
Yes, Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, we missed that. I saw you on Mother's Day, so. But that's what we did. We sat and ate popsicles and just, stayed a distance, and we were safe. And I think if everybody just keeps doing that and staying safe, hopefully this thing's going to go away. Eventually they're going to have cures. They're going to get vaccines. The scariest part for me, I think, is like this new thing that they're talking about where the kids that's my main concern. If I was a single lady, I'd probably be on planes and stuff. And I know that's probably ignorant to say that, but I'm just being truthful. Like I'd be like, I'll be fine. If I get it, I'll be fine. Honestly, I think I've already had it. But when it comes to the kids and like this new thing, that's what I don't know if I'd like be real quick to rush them back out.
I know, and I've seen
be with other people.
Anytime me and Katie would go to the store, we'd go by ourselves and divide and conquer. And Katie was like, there were people there with their kids, and granted, every situation is different, so you don't know like they don't have childcare. Obviously,
I had to go with Sophia when Cory's out of town. We had to eat.
Yeah, it's like hard to even get around like that. But there's I know one of our little doc in the boxes is doing like free testing, waiving the copay, so you can go test to see if you have the antibodies. And then I saw on Twitter yesterday, Wuhan announced its first like outbreak since opening back up. There was another wave that started. And then right now on Twitter, an hour ago, Dr. Fauci is trending because he warns that if states and cities disregard reopening checkpoints, kind of like what we're talking about, like all these precautions.
Right, the phases, the waiting 14 days, which we didn't do.
There's a real risk you will trigger an outbreak you might not be able to control, leading to some suffering and death that could be avoided. So he's trending in the news right now talking about like, just because everything's back open doesn't mean just go willy-nilly with your
Well, that's why I'm proud of like the places that I have seen being as responsible as they are being about opening back up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the places that I've seen here in Alabama, which we have low and when you consider all the other states, I think we have like 1,000 cases and 300 deaths or something. 10,000 cases, 300 deaths. But like, I mean, I'm happy that everybody's like being real, cautious and doing things the right way. But it seems like a lot with when you involve the kids and stuff because of that new thing that's going on where the kids are now that have antibodies that had coronavirus are now popping up sick with some mystery illness. Like news like that, that's what scares me because I definitely don't want anything to happen. Like I think I've already had it because there was at one point, I know I told you I had to get an inhaler and it might just be that I'm pregnant and the baby was pushing up against my lungs, but for like 2 weeks I couldn't breathe.
Right.
And I had to get an inhaler from my doctor. I've never been on an inhaler before, but my OB, she had prescribed me an inhaler because I was like, I can't breathe. Like I thought I was going to have to go to the hospital.
Well, that was pre coronavirus outbreak. And so they were probably like, they tested you for everything and didn't know what else to do. And
didn't know to test me for that.
Well, they didn't have a test for coronavirus, at that point. Did they?
Well, this was January. I mean, but it wasn't like big here.
Yeah, right.
I just think that I think it was around before we thought it was around.
Right. Like Gaines and Sophia, that same week, were both. Remember, we even joked about it, talking about me being the carrier. I was carrying it back and forth because I'll go over to your house and podcast.
Yeah.
And we're like, how are our kids getting sick at the exact same time? And it was a mystery. Like, Gaines had to go get an X-ray or some type of ultrasound.
Yeah, we were worried about her.
Because her fever was, like, not going away. She had a high fever, but then she would, like, be okay, and she would go out in the yard, and we laid pine straw one day, and then we felt bad because the next day her fever was back up over 100. But they said they tested her for flu, they tested her for strep. They said she came back negative for both of those. Let me send her over to this ultrasound place and get a deeper look and see. So we were like thinking cancer and
really scared. Yeah,
but then everything came back fine, and then like a week later she was good, and it was like, what the hell was that?
Well, that was like right before all this news broke about it. So that's why I'm thinking like we could have already had this.
And then,
what I mean?
Mom called asking.
Which makes me want, makes me want to go get the antibody test.
Yeah, they have to.
But then just the fear of going into a clinic to do that is like, I still don't really want to expose myself to it in the clinic for no reason. You know what I mean? To other people that are there that actually have it
This stuff on Twitter that's trending right now today, y'all get on Twitter and check this when this podcast is live. It says the U.S. does not have total control over this pandemic yet. If you think that we have it completely under control, we don't, he told Senator Elizabeth Warren in the Senate White House response to the crisis. So Dr. Fauci is
Yeah.
like coming out saying, "Whoa, hang on now, hold up."
Yeah, y'all are going too quick. Which the Trump wanted to get the heat off himself and give it to the states and say, "Well, y'all decide then."
Mm-hmm.
And now the states are going, "Well, our bank account's dry. We need to get back to work."
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, which the economic fallout is going to be bad too.
Yeah.
I mean, you think that that can't lead to, oh, well, that's just money. Well, no, people need money to live and to buy their medicine for the problems they already have to survive. You know what I mean?
We need,
like
Elon Musk was saying, like we need stuff, and in order to have stuff to survive, we have to have resources to make stuff. And if we don't have people making stuff or resources making stuff because we're all shut down, then we're not going to survive because we don't have stuff.
Yeah, right. Well, the pharmacist gets sick. How are you going to get your medicine that you need to live?
Yeah, so it's just a whole, and then the whole. I don't even know if we want to go down that rabbit hole. Just the whole stimulus package and how they're inflating the dollar, the coronavirus count to get more money.
Hey, I will say that I heard something about the Democrats bringing another stimulus package to the table as far as to take a vote on to see if we'll get more money, and if you fall in that bracket, if you'll get more money. But then Stan, my mom's boyfriend, when we were sitting there talking about this the other day at Mother's Day, he said, "Well, where do you think that money's coming from?"
Yeah,
there's going to be a consequence for having $250 trillion, stimulus packages to give it. They're trying to give every American, like they did before with the $1,200, they're trying to give everybody $2,000, but a month. And then plus however much per kid.
Why can't they just print more? Like, just print more.
That's what I was saying. Stan said, "Well, where do you think that money's coming from?" I said, "Well, we print it.
And it's clean.
Don't they print it?
Sanitized.
New, fresh new bills. Send them on. Send them my way. And this could be my best year yet. Y'all send me $2,000 a month. I'd be so happy. But I mean, that's going to be the only way to save the economy, I think. Because people are struggling right now. You can't pay rent. You can't pay bills. You can't. They were talking on the news this morning about how hunger is a serious issue now. Like, folks are going hungry.
That's crazy.
Which we're blessed because my husband still has his job, but his work has slowed down a lot. And so, we're trying to be super careful, and that $1,200 just doesn't cut it. You know what I mean? And especially if it doesn't cut it for us in Alabama, it definitely doesn't cut it for people in New York. That's $5,000-$6,000 a month for an apartment.
Yeah, like it's just like,
you know what I mean? For this little studio apartment they're living in, like there's no way that in Alabama our cost of living is low enough to where that actually helps us. But for people that live in Philadelphia or New York or all these places that it's so expensive to live and the cost of living so high, there's no way that's helping.
Well, and then you got like
that's come and gone.
Have a new baby and like all the expenses there and like the diapers and the stuff.
I know, right? Thank God we've saved up for that. I will tell you one thing I'm so happy about, Cullen. I know I've been saying it, and everybody listening, y'all know I've been saying it ever since this started. When it went down, I said, "Go buy you some stocks in the stock market." Well, I will tell you that I've been doing. It's just going up. Just keeps going up and up and up. Yeah. So, y'all, if you listened to me and you took my advice when I said go do that, because I think I did it at like the perfect time, because it was like right when it was that Black Monday or whatever they were calling it. It was like the stock market had the biggest hit that it's had since 2008 or whatever.
That was our last podcast in person, I think.
In person, yeah. And that's when I had bought a bunch. Or I didn't have very much money, just a couple $1,000s in my savings account, but I put all of it into the stock market. And so I've made some money off of that. I'm making some money off of that. I'll tell you, I put $2,000 in and I've made $800.
That's not bad.
So I got a nice little portfolio going. So I'm hoping I'm like, yeah.
I don't know enough about it, but do you like wait or do you stop? Like, when do you stop? Or when do you, it's like,
you were the one that told me. Well, no, I've been, every time I'll have a little money, I'll like put it, I'm like addicted to it now. But the website. You're the one that told me about the app. It's called Public.
Yeah, I saw Casey Neistat tweet it.
And you told it to me on a podcast. Yeah, you told me about it on a podcast a couple months. Like, and I was like, oh, because I'd had Robinhood is the one I was using. And you told me about that one. I went on and I love it. It's so easy to use. You can see what other people are doing. You can see like the people that know what they're talking about, kind of follow them and learn from them. And then
Facebook
it just tells
and
you
stock markets combined, kind of.
Yeah. It makes it like a social. People update their status when somebody buys a stock. You can see it if they make it public, which everybody does. You can see it, and then they'll say, "Oh, I'm adding to my position," or this is why I'm buying the stock because I think it's going to do this, and blah, blah blah. So you like learn that way. It's easier to learn how to do the stock market with this app. So I love it. It's called.
You should. I wonder if anybody's trying to divert their crowd. Do you have like followers and stuff?
Well, no one's really following me. But the one person I follow a lot, it has like 38,000 followers.
Let's see. I wonder if they're like, oh, I'm gonna put money into this stock, but then they go a different route just to get everybody to go buy the shitty stock, and then they go cash out.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, maybe. I guess you could do that. I don't know. There's probably people that are trying. I'm not smart enough to do something like that. So if they're smart enough to do that and con the whole market to go this way or that way, then let them try it, but I'm just going to follow along for now until I figure it out. But anyway, that might be like a little bit of a silver lining. And really, Cullen, when it comes to all the rest of it, and I just hope everybody stays safe. I'm real worried about, like, I'm wondering if they're going to test me before I go into the maternity ward. Like, you would think. I had a call yesterday because I'm going to the doctor right after I get off this podcast. I've got an appointment to go in, and this will be my last doctor's appointment before I go and have the baby. Oh, and Cullen, I forgot to tell you. So you know how last podcast we had talked about how I was going to prank Cory? So I go the other night into the bathroom, and I'm like, okay, today's the day I'm going to prank him. He's laying in the bed. I got my big belly, and I put on the gray shorts, like you said. I took a bottle of water in there. I was like, I got to figure out where to put my cell phone, like where I'm recording him. So where am I going to do my camera? So I was in there for a while. I know he was probably like, what's she doing? But I was in there trying to position my phone where he wouldn't see it. So I hid it in the laundry basket and then scooted the laundry basket where it point right at him when he walks in the bathroom doors. But it's like my video camera is coming through the hole of the laundry basket. So you can't really see my phone set up, because I knew that was going to give it away. So I set it up real good where, it was camouflage. He wasn't going to see me recording it. And then I'm on my film. I'm all excited. I'm watch this, guys. And I go and I take my bottle of water and I pour it in my crotch and then it's all over the floor and you can hear it, And then I was like, babe, and I called him in there and he comes in and because he's like, what? Why are you calling me to the bathroom? But I'm standing, I'm he's trying to hunch over the bathroom counter. And I'm like, babe, my water just broke. And he just kind of looks at me. You just peed yourself. He was totally not.
That's hilarious
at all. I didn't even. I was like, did I get you a little bit? He was like, yeah, for a minute, but I really just thought you peed yourself. I was like, that's a lot of pee.
You basically just poured water all over yourself for no reason.
For no reason. I was so mad and I was just like, God. And I just looked. And so then, I'm looking at him and it's hard for me to keep a straight face. So I was like, no, babe, it's time. This is happening. And I kind of got a little glitch where he was like, really? And then he just looked at me and he had this look on his face of disgust. I was like, I think you just peed on yourself. And I was like, God, Cory, you ruined it.
You guys, we're just like, oh, it's just gas. It's just pee.
And I was like, man, it didn't work.
Dang.
My prank. It was a fail. So I had to tell you about that. I forgot. I meant to tell you about that. I was like, dang, I tried. And I'll show you the video. I'll probably post it somewhere. But I was so disappointed. I was like, I can't believe now I got to clean up all this water. It's like, clean that up, come back to bed. I'm trying to finish this movie.
He wasted a good bottle of water.
Man. But anyway, so I'm going to the doctor today, and this will be my last time before, we're scheduled, which is the 20th. And this will be the last time I see her, and I'm about to go do that today, but I'm wondering if they're like stopping people. They called me yesterday and said that they're taking extra precautions. They left a voicemail and said that I need to wear a mask, which I've been doing every time anyway, and that no one can come with me unless I'm having an ultrasound, which I'm not. And just like left me a message saying to be prepared for extra precautions. Well, last time I went in, they had the lady outside the door, and I've been wearing a mask literally, Cullen, for like a month now.
Right.
Like ever since this happened, I've been wearing a mask, and nobody else was. Like the doctors weren't wearing masks in the beginning. I was like, should y'all be wearing masks? Like, what are y'all doing? Y'all are around people all the time. And so I've been doing it longer than they have. But finally, 2 weeks ago, they started like everybody was wearing masks. And then last week, there was a lady sitting out front, like signing you in, taking your temperature before she would let you come in. I was like, y'all should have been doing this a month ago, but okay. And so anyway, she called me and said there's going to be extra precautions. I don't know if if there's going to be like, are they going to test me before
I wouldn't be
can
surprised
come
if they
in?
do. If you have,
like,
if you have
I kind of want to ask for it.
Well, that's the other gray area is the.
You don't need symptoms.
The symptoms is a mile long. It could be shortness of breath, like you had, like when you're pregnant, and that's a symptom of the Rona.
Coughing,
is it just pollen? Or
spring.
Speaking of that, I don't know. Do you remember the guy that went viral? His name was Bear, or his nickname was Bear, but he was the double rainbow guy on YouTube. He was the one that was like double rainbow all the way across his. Yeah, he was tripping balls, I think. Yeah. But he passed away Saturday, and he was only 57. But he had posted on the May 3rd or something about how he said something wasn't going right. He was coughing and sneezing, but he thought it was pollen. He didn't think he had corona. Went and got tested. Yeah, and. No, they did because he had the symptoms of it and all that, and
okay.
He ended up, I believe it was due to a heart attack instead of corona. Because I don't know if he actually posted an update after that because he ended up passing away. But the double rainbow guy, rest in peace. He is. Passed away.
Oh yeah, I think Mom sent that to the group.
That was a different guy. That was a different YouTuber. He was 25, and he posted a video on his channel. Oh God, what was his name? Something LeBear. But he posted a video on his channel. Cory and it was like, "Tomorrow's my birthday," and the very last thing he said, it was like a 1 minute video. I watched it on his channel, and the very last thing he said was like, "We're gonna go have fun. And we might get a little drunk." And that's how he ended up getting in a drunk driving accident. Like, I don't think he was driving, but I think his friend was, and they've been drinking. And so, that's sad. So the last thing he said was, "We might get a little drunk. Peace." And I was like, oh, man, that sucks.
Yeah, a little too drunk. That sucks. I hope the other people were okay.
Yeah, I know, and I don't know.
They hit. If there was another car or whatever.
No.
Don't drink and drive, folks. Golly. We got enough things that we could die from. Let's not worry about y'all out there driving drinking.
With murder or whatever because he's still alive. I think I don't know what I don't
Vehicular.
know the details, but just from what I've read, I was like, God, that sucks so bad. But
yeah, it's like vehicular manslaughter or something if you are drunk, and that's so sad.
Anyway.
Well, oh man,
I don't know. It's not just the Rona; it's just everything else. So anyway,
yeah. But if you had that, they're going to count that as the Rona.
That is.
That's a whole other topic. You could die of choking on a peanut, and they'll call if you had the.
Let's test them. get checked
Well,
up.
I'm going to the doctor. I'm going to go see what she says. I'm going to tell her about my, all my woes and my problems. I bet baby doctors just have the hardest time because they just have to sit there and listen to these big old ladies bitch. Because that's what I'm doing when I go in there. I'm like, my hips hurt. This baby's too big.
It takes
I'm
a
just
special
miserable, but
special patience.
I'm going to go and tell her. Right? I mean, to just be like, oh, I'm so sorry. Because, there's nothing they can do for me. Like, what are they going to do? They can just sit there and listen because they're not going to give you anything for the pain or for what, they're not going to, there's nothing they can do. They're just like, well, you're pregnant. So that's what happens. But see you when it's time. But anyway, y'all wish me luck at the doctors. And thank you guys so much for listening and for following along with us on this podcast. I know it's unconventional and it's been a little bit different. And we're going to continue to do it this way until we feel safe and
yes,
to
we
get
probably
back together.
should
So
definitely have like hazmat suits on when we get back. Sanitize everything. And...
yeah, just let's see what happens with this first wave of opening back up, and then we'll decide. Right. Let's let everybody else go first, like we said. If I can resist going out, I'm
yes,
resist
totally.
It. You too, okay.
Next episode is 100.
All right, everybody out there, be safe.
So y'all come back.
I might have a baby. I don't know if you won't be able to come in the hospital. Last time I had Sophia, we did the podcast straight from the hospital. So if you don't get 100th episode out of us next week, it'll be because I'm with child.
Just do a little quick update if that's the case, and if
that's the case, y'all stay tuned. Go follow me on the Southern Fried Maple Leafs on my Instagram and on my YouTube channel, the Southern Fried Maple Leafs. I think I might post it on YouTube first. But y'all go and subscribe and all that good stuff and keep up with what's going on with Little Lily Bean. And hit the subscribe button if you're watching this on YouTube today on the podcast. And definitely like and hit us up with some voice messages. Tell us how you're handling all this.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Gosh, she's going to have a lot of hair, I bet. I'm just still thinking about it. That's going to be crazy.
I know. My heartburn says you're right. Cullen,
yes.
Cullen, a pleasure always. I'll talk to you later, brother. Thank you guys so much for listening. We'll see you next week.
Peace.